Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Moreus and I make art tutorials that are fun, easy, and accessible for everyone. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, I subscribed, and I'll be sure to get back to each and every one of you. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of value in hyper-realistic drawings. Value is the most important foundation for realistic drawing or painting. If you guys don't know what value is, it's simply how light or dark a subject is, so the shadowy areas and the highlights and all the range of tones in between. Understanding value is the utmost key to all hyperrealism drawing and most important in all drawing and painting. If your drawing is looking flat or undefined, it's probably because you haven't used a full range of value. For any of you struggling with this, you can purchase a value finder at your local art supply store or Amazon. It looks something like this. Photos with a dynamic range of color, such as this picture I'm working on, can be very deceiving when a light area is surrounded by a darker area. It makes the midtone look lighter than it actually is, and vice versa. The dark spots surrounded by light areas will appear darker. So you can check with your value finder, and you can move this around the page and just check that you are getting the correct value. Your darks are dark enough, your midtones are correct, and your light values are light enough. I think that there are many good drawings that could be so much more realistic by really pushing the range of values. I'm always talking about making a drawing pop and pushing my values, and this is what I'm talking about, getting those values correct. And do this by using that grayscale value finder. Make sure that your darkest areas and your lightest areas are in the correct value range. A perfect example of this would be drawing an eye where the white of the eye is never white in a drawing. The only thing truly white would just be the highlight on the eye. And a lot of people get this wrong. So it's all about the value, and you want to make sure that's correct, and this will help you. You'll often hear me say when I'm doing a colored pencil drawing or something with colors that the color really doesn't matter. If you don't have the perfect color in your set, it's the values that matter. You'll still have a realistic drawing even if you use crazy colors, as long as the values are correct. Your lights are light enough, your darks are dark enough, and your midtones are all there. So with graphite, you're only dealing with one color, so it's really crucial to get those values right. But if you're doing color, again, it doesn't matter. As long as your values are correct, it'll still have a realistic effect. Hyperrealism and realistic drawing really comes down to you're not using line. Line is only where the dark value and the shift of value meet. So there's a lot of blending going on, and there's a lot of tonal variations going on. But I'm not really using line. I'm not drawing in lines. The only lines I drew in were from my sketch. So it's all about blending and having a nice transitional value change, which creates line. So don't use lines, just use your shading and your tonal variations, and you'll have a nice realistic finished drawing. So you'll see me continually to go over each area, and I keep adding more and more graphite, and I'm going in and I'm changing those values, and then I'm going back and I'm assessing the drawing, and I'm seeing where I need to make it darker, what needs to go lighter, and then I'm erasing or using my kneaded eraser. This will just help you in the end. It's just going to be so much better. And you'll see I just keep going over areas, and then I reassess and I see what needs to go even darker. And this is really where a lot of people go wrong. They don't get the darkest values as dark as they need to be. And I'm using like a 6B pencil here as my darkest tone, and I started with a 2B pencil. So you can see you have a dynamic range of value to work with. And you know, it's just about tweaking and going back and looking at it. I find it really helpful to hold my drawing up to a mirror, and this way you can kind of see where you've gone wrong. If your proportions are off a little bit, if your values are off, sometimes you can see it from a fresh perspective if you hold it up to the mirror. And this is a helpful tool for portraits and for any kind of drawing for that matter. So you'll see me go in with my electric eraser. It's one of my go-to tools, and it was an impulse buy for me, but it's so helpful in graphite drawing and also in colored pencil. It'll pick that graphite right up, back down to the white of the page, and I really can't live without it now that I have it. They're not expensive, but I suggest you try it out. It's really great, along with my kneaded eraser and my Tombow mono eraser. Now you're going to see me go in with a French curve, which is what I'm going to use to clean up the top of the glass to make that oval way more believable. Right now the lines look a little wobbly, and that's part of having a really realistic drawing, is to really get some clean edges and clean lines, and this curve just does the trick. And I'll do a video on how to use it, but it's a really helpful tool. So if you understand these basic principles of shading and value, your drawings will pop off the page and be far more realistic. And I really believe that these things will really help you to make everything pop and just, you know, give your drawings a new life. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I really enjoy doing this. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. I really enjoy hearing from each and every one of you, and I do get back to all of you. So thanks so much for joining me today, and happy art.